Woo! Hey, lovelies. How are you guys doing? I tell you, every time I sit down to record the weekly tea, which this is a weekly segment where I just talk about what's going on in the news and I go on my rant about how I feel about things. Guys, every time I sat down to record, I saw something new pop up and I was like, okay, let me see what's going on here. Let me see what's going on with this. So I'm like, I need to just step away from the computer for a while before something else happens. So let me go ahead and just get into this weekly tea. It's a good old Earl Grey tea. Okay, so of course, back again with senseless deaths. Okay, so in Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was Terence Crutcher. Okay, I think I'm saying his last name correctly, but his car had stopped on him, and he was just repairing his car, and all of a sudden there's a helicopter. There's the police. They were driving. Actually, they were on the way to the scene of another crime, and his car is just disabled right there on the side of the road, and they're passing him. Well, instead of questioning him as to what I've been taught in security classes, yeah, I've been taking security classes, but you ask a person, what's going on, what happened, how long have you been here, have you seen anything suspicious going on? You just ask random questions. Is there any way do you need help in any way? Things of that nature. No, they just, and oh my gosh, and I'm sorry, I'm flustered because things don't make sense, okay? And it wrecks my nerves. The guy in the helicopter is like, yeah, he looks like a bad dude. What made him look like a bad dude? Because he's heavy set? Because he had on a t-shirt and shorts? What made him look like a bad dude? It was just very unnecessary. And so the woman, Betty Shelby, she gets all, I don't know if it was impulsive, what it was, but she shot him. And he had his hands up. Literally, the videos that came out, and I put them all over my Facebook page, his hands were up. He wasn't doing anything, and he was just killed, just senseless. It's just senseless. And I'm tired of the police feeling that and it's not all officers, okay, don't get me wrong, but I'm tired of the police just, acting, they're not using their best judgment here. They're just reacting. They're not taking time to see if they have the right person. When they're restraining people, they're using too much force, and I understand the whole when you shoot to kill, but I mean, no, I don't understand it. I'll take that back, because I believe if you're apprehending someone, you should at least shoot in the arm or the hand to disarm them, something of that nature. You do not need to shoot in the chest to kill this person. I mean, it's been so many just senseless deaths, and I wish it would stop. And then to add on to that, then we had Keith Lamont Scott, which he was in Charlotte, and he was killed by an officer, unarmed, doing nothing, minding his own business. So you have people, it's crazy. It's crazy. And they were protesting in Charlotte, and then this just came up this morning, which has really just got me like, what in the world? Okay, Latoya Smith, 28-year-old, she was pronounced dead after an incident, I think yesterday afternoon in Atlanta, over an incident an argument that broke out with her breastfeeding. And it's saying, according to eyewitness accounts, Latoya was sitting on a bench in a neighborhood, waiting for the bus, and her infant child began crying. She began to breastfeed her daughter, Layla, and then she was approached by a police officer. He's identified as Michael Eaton, who requested that she stop feeding the baby in public, that it was indecent. And she refused to comply and told him that she wasn't doing anything illegal. And he asked her again to stop, or he was going to arrest her for indecent exposure. She calmly responded that he could not arrest her because breastfeeding in public was not against the law. And eyewitness said he got mad at her. He started yelling. Eyewitness came forth, said the officer got upset, started yelling, and said that she didn't know squat, and that's supplementing for the cuss word, okay? Squat about the law. And he pointed his finger in his nose, and she kept feeding the baby. And when she stood up to get on the bus, and her whole bosom was exposed, let's see, he screamed at her to stop, and then she was under arrest. And then she became upset. He manhandled her, and then he pulled out his gun and shot her twice right there in the street while she was holding her baby. And this just came up this morning. 28-year-old woman just trying to breastfeed her child. I've seen so many pictures on social media of women out breastfeeding their kids. I've even been out and I've seen women breastfeeding their kids. Okay, hey, that's their motherly right. And there is no law against breastfeeding in public. So this is just senseless killings. And I'm thinking, are these officers, they just so wound up by what they're doing day to day that they just take their aggression out on innocent people? Something has to be done. Something has to be done. It's just gotten to where it's just senseless. It's just gotten to where it just does not make sense anymore. It really does not. It doesn't make sense. And it's just horrible. That is a horrible, just horrible. And then there was the girl who she was she maced? She was maced by police after, she was maced. Let me go to that, because that did happen. Hold on, y'all. In Maryland, 15-year-old girl, she was pepper sprayed after allegedly refusing to cooperate with police after she was hit. She was on her bicycle and she was hit by a car. So she's hit by a car. The officer comes up, instead of once again asking, "Are you okay? Can I help you? Do you need assistance?" This is a 5', 105-pound girl. He starts manhandling her, and she's telling him that she's dizzy, and he starts manhandling her. She just got hit by a car. Did you think to go after the person who just ran this child over, who just hit her while she was on her bicycle with a car? You manhandle this 15-year-old girl, and because she's dizzy, she's confused, she's trying to figure out what's going on. Of course, she wants her mom. She's like, "Get off me, don't touch me, don't touch me." You because you're grabbing all over on her and stuff. Y'all, I'm just... It's so much. And it just makes you it pisses you off. It pisses you off. Abuse of power. That's all I can say. That is an abuse of power, and just they need to quit. And they're saying that the officer accused of shooting Terence Crutcher, Betty Shelby, she's going down for manslaughter or whatever. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like I say, with every other thing that happens with officers, they'll make it like they're gonna go to trial and everything, and then they'll find a way for it to be justified. So hey, I don't even look for justice within our court systems. Justice, the real justice, in my opinion, it comes from God above. Okay, so I pray for the families of all these victims. I really do. I pray for the families to find strength, and for God to just protect them, and just spread His love to them in this time. And because, hey, I really don't believe our court system does that much for victims. And I've been a victim of some situations, and I can say it, yes, the system has failed me. Take it how you want it. The system has failed me on some occasions. This tea is popping. Moving up, and then let's talk about this. George Zimmerman, right, shot Trayvon Martin. No reason. The guy who attempted to shoot at Zimmerman and missed, he's in jail. He just got sentenced to 20 years in jail. But George Zimmerman is still walking around? From just that, tell me that our justice system is not messed up. He got put in 20 years for attempted murder. George Zimmerman shot down Trayvon Martin, brags about it. He considers himself a national hero because you took down a kid that you thought was a thug because he had on a hoodie. He had a hoodie, a cell phone, and some Skittles. Are you kidding me? But this guy who felt like you were harassing him and felt the same way you said about Trayvon Martin, you said that you felt your life was in danger. He felt his life was in danger being around your crazy self. So he took a shot at you. You survived, and he gets 20 years. You know what? When the guy gets to prison, I'm putting money on his books. Forget the dumb stuff. Moving, I'm gone. If I make myself have enough anxiety, panic attack. People get on my nerves sometimes. Okay, so rapper Shawty Lo, he unfortunately, rest in peace to Shawty Lo. He died in a car accident this week in Atlanta. He apparently he crashed into the guardrail, went over into some trees. He was thrown from the vehicle. When the car landed, it caught fire. He had 2 female passengers with him, and they came out unharmed. And he was pronounced dead on the scene. And if y'all don't know who Shawty Lo is, okay, I'm gonna do this for you. Because it's taking too long on the phone. But if y'all know who Shawty Lo is, remember back in the day, shake that Laffy Taffy, He was an original member of D4L, and he had this song. He had his own song called They Know, something like that. Yeah. And he was gonna have the show on Oxygen, all my baby mamas, and everybody was about to spit nails because we were like, why on earth would you want to show this man? And he has 11 kids by 10 different women. And I was one of the people that was outraged. I'm like, do not put this on TV glorifying being this man having multiple kids by different women. Do not put that on TV. And oh, thank God they did not. But that's who Shorty Low is. And I mean, he was just, was he 40? Was he 40, 42? He, yeah, young and gone. So, I mean, condolences to his family. And it seemed like when stuff happens, oh God, it's just been like a cluster of deaths. So, let me get on to something lighter, okay? Because I'm in my feelings right now about the police shootings. I think it's horrible. It's horrible. So, oh my goodness, I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry when I found this out too, but this is lighter than the police ones. Depending on how you look at it. After 12 years together, 2 years of that being married, and 6 kids, Angelina Jolie gonna file for divorce against Brad Pitt. I saw that and I was like, okay. First I saw it on TMZ. I was like, I ain't paying TMZ any attention, whatever. They're not the source. Then I started seeing it on other news feeds, and I was like, what happened? I'm like, I thought they were the cutest couple. And it came out that they were, it's just 2 days before their 2nd year anniversary, and Angelina sits Brad down and tells him, you know what? This isn't working, and we're not going to do this, and this is what I want, and I'm filing for divorce. And in the meantime, he is caught on a plane, and September 14th, they were on a plane, and he was allegedly being verbally abusive and physical to one of the kids. So now he's under investigation for child abuse. And the next day, the 15th, she serves him divorce papers. And then the reason for her wanting a divorce, it turns out he cheated on her with he has a new movie coming out with his female co-star in that movie. He cheated on her. He cheated on Angelina Jolie with this female co-star, my bad. And so it's like, wow, deja vu, because that's when they were recording Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's what they got. Yeah, that's how they hooked up. And so of course they find Jennifer Aniston and they asked her, they're like, so did you hear about Brad and Angelina? What do you think? And she's like, oh yeah, that's karma. She's like, oh really? Oh yeah, that's karma. And that was all she had to say. And so everyone's been following Jennifer Aniston around to get her smiling and everything, talking about that. And I'm like, I think Jennifer Aniston is past the whole Brad Pitt thing. It's been 12 years. I think she moved on. Okay, I think she's fine. I think she's woosad and she's dealt with it and she's moved forward with life. But I couldn't blame her for saying, yeah, that's karma, because the same way you get them is the same way you lose them. And so of course all the I call them the Rachel Rounders, her friends, her character from Friends, Rachel. I call them the Rachel followers and everything. They came out. Chelsea Handler came out talking about Angelina Jolie. She is a crazy, manipulative person. And I'm like, okay, Chelsea. Didn't you date 50 Cent? That's all I could think of when I saw that. I was like, you dated 50 Cent. Who just likes to just start Instagram wars. First it was with Courtney Kemp from Power talking about you showed my penis on Power, and she's like, yeah, you signed a full disclosure for nudity. Yeah, that was you. And then he's messing with Taraji P. Henson about Empire coming on, because you know Power this Sunday is going to be season 3. Yeah, this is going to be the season finale. And so he's going back and forth, and Empire just came back on with Taraji P. Henson. And she's just like, you know what? It is so sad that you take your time out to try to down people and try to hate on people instead of uplifting people. And I'm like, go on, Taraji. Taraji always just has the most pleasant things to say about people. I love Taraji P. Henson. And I love her because it always seems like she plays like the loud or whatever person in the movie. But really, she's been in some sitcom. She's been in some sitcoms, some TV shows, some movies where she is a very, very, very diverse actress. So, you know, I always took my hat to her. But yeah, I like her. And 50 Cent says he's going to be here in Dallas, in Arlington, actually around the corner from our radio station. He's going to be signing his vodka effing bottles and stuff. I'm like, I would go, but you know, the way my patience is set up, so I can't deal with him. Moving on. Okay, so what is it about Nick Cannon? Okay, I know from Dave Chappelle, Nick Cannon is hilarious. Nick Cannon is with yet another beautiful, beautiful woman. He always has these beautiful women around. Yeah, people outside my apartment building. I don't even want to get on that because I want to know why my air conditioner has been leaking, and I have a leak going on, and it's been going on for about 3 weeks. How many times do I have to ask for it to be fixed? I just wanted to share that. But anyway, so his new video, If I Was Your Man, the lovely lady he has in the video in matching pajamas with him is none other than Rosanda Chili Thompson from TLC. Chili from TLC, the group TLC. And so he's been posting some pictures on social media, them two together, all hugged up, them walking together like they're holding hands. I'm like, dang, Nick Cannon be getting all the women. But he went on the Breakfast Club and he was like, you know, he said, you know, Chili, she is amazing, but he isn't about to get into a relationship. Where I am in my life, you just can't play with a woman like that. You have to be serious, and I don't want to mess with nothing. I can't stand firm and be a committed man in. I'm like, well, all right. At least he came flat out with the truth and said what's real and told you, you know, you're one of those women I have to be very serious about. So, and I would think so, because I remember the show when the matchmaker was trying to find a mate for Chili, and Chili had all these standards. You know, he couldn't drink, he couldn't smoke, he couldn't eat pork, he had to work out, she had a long list, and I was like, dang. Okay. And she was not bending on that list, so I can believe what he's saying. But I'm like, Nick Cannon has dated a lot of people. He dated Christina Milian, Salida E. Banks, Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls, Megan Good, Rachel Smith, Eva Marcel, Eva from who got Top Model, Nicole Murphy, model Jessica White, Heidi Klum, Winnie Harlow. And then supposedly Kim Kardashian and Amber Rose. I'm like, who hasn't dated them? So, now, of course I gotta end talking about Trump and his silliness. these two people gonna came out as Trump supporters, and I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with you guys? First, Don King. I don't know what happened to the fro. It looks like a bunch of spiders gonna just had a meeting on his head, and they just shrunk. He gets on. He's giving a speech, and he starts dropping N bombs. And I was listening to it, and I'm like, everyone behind him is laughing. Trump is laughing. There's another Caucasian guy behind him laughing. There's a black guy back there laughing. Everybody's laughing at him. And it was at a church. Oh my goodness. It was at a church. And he's like, this is his speech. If you're poor, you're just a poor Negro. I would use the N-word, but if you're rich, you're a rich Negro. If you're intellectual, you're intellectual Negro. If you're dancing and sliding and gliding, if you dance and slide and gliding, Negro. You gonna be a Negro till the day you die. Okay. Whatever. Mike Tyson needs to knock you out. And then, out of nowhere, here comes Ben Carson talking about, you know what? If you can't beat him, join him. I'm going to jump on the Trump bandwagon. I'm going to support him. I'm like, what is wrong? What is wrong with the GOP? Something wrong with y'all. Or y'all, what kind of Kool-Aid are you guys drinking? Because y'all are out of control. And then here comes Trump. He wants to speak on the slaying of blacks by police officers and everything. And he's like, this is Trump's words, guys. I would do stop and frisk. I think you have to. We did it in New York, and it worked incredibly well. And you have to be proactive. And, you really help people sort of change their mind automatically. In New York City, it was so incredible the way it worked. Stop and frisk. The stop and frisk is pretty much is still racial profiling, and it's still done against people of color. So what is he talking about? And I'm like, oh my gosh! Every time I see Trump speak, I'm waiting for the Looney Tunes thing to just play in the background and Porky Pig to just jump out and say, "That's all, folks." Okay, so that's the weekly tea. That's what's been going on this week. As you know, you can catch me on Tuesday morning with Spill the Tea. That's where I take the questions that I get about relationships and I share them with you all to get your response of how you would help our lovelies. So until next week, I will see you guys later. Have a very safe weekend. Please be safe, okay? Much love. Bye, lovelies.